We have returned to the Levant. We have returned apparently more as masters than ever we were during the struggle of the Crusades. But we have returned bankrupt in that spiritual wealth which was the glory of the Crusades. Hilaire Belloc, The Crusades, 1937. In our age, the Crusades are described as barbaric, wasteful, shameful, and even sinful. Rarely are they called glorious. This is because the modern world embraces a false narrative about the Crusades. This false story, however much discredited by authentic modern scholarship, remains entrenched in the minds of the masses. Yet it was not always so. During the crusading movement, these military events were mostly seen in a positive light throughout Christendom, with popes and saints exhorting Catholic warriors to engage in them. Warriors who participated in these armed pilgrimages did so for a multitude of reasons, but primarily for the sake of their own salvation. The Crusades emerged from a feudal society that stressed personal relationships founded on honor, loyalty, and service to one's vassal. Crusading knights invoked those virtues as they fought for Christ and the Church to recover ancient Christian territory, stolen by Muslim conquerors. The Crusades also emerged from an age in which faith permeated all aspects of society. This does not mean medieval Europe was heaven on earth, or that Christendom was some idyllic utopia. But it was nonetheless an era in which people made radical life decisions because of their faith in Jesus Christ and His Church. Accordingly, the crusading movement was a Catholic movement. Popes called for them, clerics and saints preached them, and Catholic warriors fought them for spiritual benefits. The Crusades cannot be properly understood apart from this Catholic reality. Sadly, though, too many Catholics today seem more inclined to apologize for the Crusades rather than to embrace their glory. Perhaps this is because the meaning of glory is not properly understood. The Old Testament can help provide us a proper understanding of glory. After Moses had led the Israelites out of Egypt, they sinned against God by worshiping the golden calf. God wanted to destroy the Israelites for their idolatry, but Moses interceded for the people and the Lord relented. Moses' special relationship with God included the gift of being in the presence of the Lord, in the meeting tent where Moses spoke to God face to face. Moses pleaded with God for His presence to remain with the Israelites on their journey to the Promised Land, so that the other nations would see their uniqueness. Moses also begged the Lord to show him His glory, Ex 33:18. The Hebrew word for glory used most often in the Old Testament is kabod, which means heavy in weight. To recognize the glory of something, therefore, means to acknowledge its importance or weight. Moses wanted the Lord's glory to shine for the people in order that they would recognize the important act of their deliverance from bondage. To recognize the glory of the Crusades means not to whitewash what was ignoble about them, but to call due attention to their import in the life of the Church. Perhaps by reclaiming the true Catholic narrative of the Crusades, we may be emboldened to honor our Lord by proudly bearing the cross against modern enemies that threaten His Church no less than did the followers of Muhammad a millennium ago.